From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon as the Federal Reserve minutes from the last Federal Reserve meeting are going to be released this afternoon. Breaking news today, plus the jobless claims are released. Not a good number. We have the latest details across the board on a big afternoon with massive stimulus being obtained by viewers of this channel, including Spelly, who got another round of checks on top of his existing checks. And I'll show you how to get these incredible Black Friday stimulus checks, Thanksgiving stimulus checks, massive amount of money in today's recording for Afternoons LA, Holidays LA, live on Channel 3 for Wall Street Live. Major breaking news in the last full day of trading day before Thanksgiving. We have the latest breaking news on so many fronts as the jobless claims number was released and there were more jobless claims as that industry is falling apart. Meantime, the S&P 500 is rallying up and it could be hitting a brand new resistance level. This is good news on the high end. Third, Sequoia Partners Capital lead partner Doug Leon is warning that there's going to be a very, very bad 2023 economically and says that people have not learned from prior mistakes. I agree, and I'll go over the latest details on that front and that analysis as well. We have some corporate earnings that came in today, and they were actually sort of surprising. As the mortgage demand increased suddenly because interest rates are pulling back, I have the good news on that for the housing market. We had John Deere beating, and then we had another auto company, actually two of them in less than 24 hours reporting, them missing as well. Meantime, we're going to go over those incredible stimulus checks, 300,000 of them, FSC, federal stimulus checks, how another viewer walked away with $50,000 this Thanksgiving week. It's massive sums of money, and I'm going to go over the latest details on these federal stimulus checks, lifetime stimulus checks, and also inflation-relief stimulus checks. Because it's Holidays LA, we'll go to the countdown, how to get prepared for that Thanksgiving meal tomorrow. Yes, I will be on live with you on Thanksgiving as well. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, it's a major breaking news story. It's a very major day of stories, and everything you need to know heats up right here, right now, as Afternoons LALATE, Wall Street Live get underway for a beautiful pre-Thanksgiving day starting right now. And good afternoon, everybody. It's Thanksgiving week, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I will be with you live on air. But today, and pre-Thanksgiving, I will also be with you live and on the beach. I know you always like that warning ahead of time. It will be on Channel 1. I will be live on Channel 1 with the latest details on what's going on in this market. We have brand new details on housing minutes ago. We have brand new details on stimulus, the jobless numbers. Let's look at those jobless numbers early this year. They went from 180 to all the way up to 260, and then they came back down to 140, where they right now. All the latest details across the board, plus the Federal Reserve minutes are being released this afternoon. I got to tell you, it's a major show today. I have about 12 pages of notes because everyone's trying to get everything done in advance of this afternoon. Of course, the Federal Reserve minutes will be released. I'll have those tomorrow on air. It's a big show tonight. Your economy, your recession, your inflation, your benefit raise, and of course your housing market, plus that forced stimulus, the massive amount of money. It all starts right now. The breaking news on LALATE. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for joining me across the board. Congratulations to Spelly. Spelly is actually the true embodiment of the purple power spirit in so many regards. First, he got check A several weeks ago, $6,500 to $12,000, a federal stimulus check in every U.S. state. I'm going to show you how to get it over this 1-hour broadcast. Stay with me. It's a long show with a lot of checks. Number two, then he got check C's. which is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance. I had a beautiful, nice woman in the live chat on LA1 overnight. She said, I need rent. Is that check C? I said, yes, it is. You're listening really well. Congratulations. And then Spelly got check N, the brand new tablet. Watch me on a tablet. Would you like a computer? A brand new tablet or laptop? He got it as well. Well, yesterday, he revealed he went back and got some more check C. Another year of checks and $1,000. The success story of the viewers of this channel, the Purple Power community, has been inspiring this November. Why? Because they are walking away with nearly triple to quadruple the amount of money that everyone that Bernie and Joe and Nancy and Chuck had been talking about giving you in 2021. The Purple Power on this channel is literally cleaning up, and I'm going to show you first how to become part of this incredible Purple Power, and number two, how to get these incredible checks. But let me tell you overview what we're seeing so far in the trend line this week. These are brand new success stories. Number one, viewers are getting 18 months of checks. Wow. 18 months of monthly stimulus checks. Congress had only talked about giving you 6 months of checks. My viewers are getting 18 months of checks. Number two, Congress talked about giving you a total of 72,000. My viewers on average are getting at least 50,000 and many upwards of $200,000. Number three, Congress talked about giving you $1,000 a month after the first month of $1,200. My viewers are getting thousands of dollars a month. Why? Because these federal stimulus checks are massive, $300,000 of checks, 300 different checks. And viewers on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits are getting it. Viewers who are single individuals who make $75,000 less, getting it. Married couple, $150,000 less annual income, getting it. Without children, with children. Rent, own, they're all getting it on this channel. All you have to do is stay over this 1 hour broadcast and go into this video and join the channel. And with that, let's go right into the breaking news before we go back to these incredible details of the stimulus. The breaking news today, folks, there's a lot of it. It's as though everyone is trying to jam-pack all the news into the final trading day, full trading day of the Thanksgiving week. The markets are closed tomorrow. I will be recording tomorrow, but on Friday, it's a half day for the markets. So Friday, the markets are only open for a half day, and that's why today is so important with the breaking news across the board. The breaking news that we start with right now is robust. So let's go through all the different points. Number one, some corporate earnings. Hewlett-Packard rose 2% after being on top and bottom, but it's laying off 6,000 employees in the next 2 years. Autodesk, another auto company, not doing well. We have two of them today. Stock is down 10%, missed on top and bottom. Another technology company missing. Stock is down 1%. It's VMware. Nordstrom's today is down 7% after it beat on top and bottom, but after reaffirmed current forecasts, which are not particularly that robust, the stock fell. It's down 7%. Tesla is up 5%, but wait a second. Tesla's up 5% because Citigroup has upgraded the shares to neutral from sell. Interesting. And there come jobless claims. Jobless claims are normally released on Thursday, but because Thursday the markets are closed, they're released today on Wednesday. How bad are they? We had gone from 140,000 all the way up to 260,000 in early summer. Then we fell back to 140,000. Then we were moving up to 200, 210. So where are we today? After last week's of about 225, today was 240,000, folks. So this is really not good. This is for the week ending November 19th. So this is almost the second worst number of the year. Labor is falling apart. Moreover, the Federal Reserve is going to release their Federal Reserve minutes from their last meeting this afternoon. I'll have them on air tomorrow. In the market interpretation, this is a positive given the Fed wants to see a rebalancing of the labor market where businesses begin to leverage over to demand. So one person, Quincy Crosby, says it's great that you're losing your job. Yeah, Chief Global Strategist at LBL. Higher wages have been consistently passed along as higher prices leading to rising inflationary pressures. Yeah, labor's going to fall apart. We already know that with those Federal Reserve numbers. Now, fascinating detail. I had told you the stock market was up 10% since September. It's been a big rally. And we've been wondering if the market's going to rally up in a Santa Claus rally, which is every December, even a bear market, which is down, even a recession that's down. Well, new technical numbers today, technical numbers are looking at charts, and the S&P 500 is now trading close to a new inflection point, a new resistance level on the high end. It's so up that, yes, the consolidation triggered the bullish side when the S&P took out 3980. So we're trying to see if the S&P jumps over that 4,000. And if it does, we could have a big rally to the upside in the stock market. Fascinating. We'll be watching across the board. John Deere, very critical company for you and I to watch. It's a blue chip company. Of course, it's the tractor trailer to till the lawn. If sirloin is not eating the grass. John Deere puts sirloin out of business. John Deere is up 6% today after being on top and bottom. And the shares are up 37% in revenue year after year. Wow. That is a real big win. Which brings us to the importance of getting stimulus. You need to get the stimulus because it's a very confusing market. Some of that data just then look great and the other data look very bad. Jobless claims getting horrible, stock market rallying. Some companies beating, companies really missing. Confusing? It is confusing. And that's why you have to get this big stimulus. 3 categories of stimulus I'm going to show you how to get in this recording. This is LALATE, America's #1 most watched financial news channel in America for this subject matter. I teach you how to get the stimulus. I don't just show you, here it is, go look for it. I actually teach you how to get it. Been doing it since day one. Viewers of this channel have walked away with $50 million. There's currently 3 categories of stimulus, which I'm going to show you over this recording. Not 3 checks, but 3 categories. The first one are federal stimulus checks from the federal government. Single individual, $75,000 less annual income, you can go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less or annual income or less, you can go get it. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits, you go get it. With children, without children, go get it. It is upwards of $300,000, 300 different checks, and I go over those checks in this recording. It's from the federal government. So they send it out, those beautiful people in Washington, D.C. It has nothing to do with your states. So do not ask, is it in my state? It's not from your state. It has nothing to do with your governor, your county, your city, anything to do with your state. It doesn't even come from the state. Next up is inflation relief stimulus checks. That's the icing on the cake, about $1,000 a pop. I'll go over the latest details on that. And then we go over to lifetime stimulus, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. So there's a brand new report out today, and I want to jump over to that report right now before we go over each of these incredible checks one at a time. The new report out today is comments by a famed investor. It's Sequoia Capital's partner. So this is a major venture capitalist firm, Sequoia Capital, everyone knows it, Doug Leon. And he says the current economic downturn, which is going to be very severe by next year, is going to be more difficult, listen to those words, more difficult and more challenging than 2000, 2008. That's the last time we've had recessions. He says this recession is going to be more difficult. Difficult means more challenging, more harder to navigate through. And that's what we talk about every day. I mean, I just said it. I just said it before I got to Doug Leon. I said, this is a very confusing market. Here is his comments today, and I think his comments everyone should listen to really carefully, because these are exactly what we're talking about on this channel. The situation today, I think, is more difficult and more challenging than the prior downturns of 2008, which was really a protected financial market crisis, or 2000, which was a technology crisis. What is he referring to? Year 2000 was the tech boom, and I talked about that on a show a few days ago. Remember when I talked about the layout of the House of Blues and they were going bankrupt? Not the House of Blues, but the company throwing the party. That was the tech bubble. Then it was first of 2008. That's when you showed up and Wachovia Bank was gone overnight. That's when banks fell apart, the savings and loan debacle. He said that was savings and loan. The other one was about technology. He says this one's different. I hope you're listening very carefully, because these are brilliant, brilliant, accurate words. He says this is not a protected financial crisis or a protected technology industry crisis. This is a global crisis. We have interest rates around the world increasing. Consumers globally are starting to run out of money. Did you hear that? We have an energy crisis, and then we have all the issues of geopolitical challenges. Running out of money. Last night on the new hit show on this channel, which is called LA Late Night, and I think I will be recording this a little bit earlier today on the beach with you live, we talked about what analysts are now talking about for January. They say that there's going to be Black Friday purchases by consumers, but on credit card debt, not with their actual cash. Then they're going to run out the credit. They're going to run the credit card debt to the max out come this holiday season. They're not going to have any cash to pay for it. They're going to run out of cash. They're going to run out of savings. They're going to run out of credit card debt. And then what? The businesses are not going to have the income because no one's going to be buying, and they're going to lay people off. But I like what Doug Leon says. Listen carefully, because this is we don't usually talk about this on the channel. He's talking about the mindset. Think of what happened the last 2 to 3 years. He's referring to the lockdown. He's referring to Stimulus 1, CARES Act, Stimulus 2. People just sat around and were just rewarded with big checks in the mail. Whatever you did, here's his quote, not me. This is what he says. Whatever you did was rewarded by some investor because of the plethora of capital. You sat around and you said, Nancy's going to send me a stimulus check. You sat around and just bought some Bitcoin and it appreciated and you made some money. You sat around, you did much of nothing. You were rewarded no matter what, he said. You made a, it's actually hyphenated. You made a bleep decision, a crap decision, and you got money. You made a good decision, you got money, which is a lousy way for you to learn your craft. All that is gone, he says. Boy, folks, this is a lot of tough love on Thanksgiving. He's basically saying you did crappy things over the last 3 years and you still got money. Here's an example of what's crappy things on this channel. Over the last 2 years, we talked about eviction moratorium, people are going to be evicted. And people waited to the last second to get that CDC eviction moratorium that I had on this channel in 2021. Right now, I had someone in the live chat right today saying, I'm about to be evicted in the next 4 weeks. Well, welcome to this channel. But if you have been on this channel for a while, that would not be the case because you have gotten stimulus. But people are making crappy decisions all over the place by raising credit card debt, waiting to the last second to get things. And guess what happens? No one is going to bail you out for doing nothing. What you're going to learn is now the best decisions you're ever going to learn ever in our business. My focus, my forecast, this is him, is that you're not going to get away with this very quickly. If you turn back to the 1970s, this is a problem for 16 years, and even go back to 2000, a number of public companies did not recover for 10 years. We're going to be ready for a prolonged time, and consumers are running out of money. Demand is decreasing. Tech company budgets are being cut. Wow. That is really the most blunt words I've had on the channel for nearly 2 months. A person saying people are running out of money and they are living in nirvana land. They're living in rose-colored glasses. They need to get and wake up right away. And you wake up right away by getting big stumps of stimulus. In this recording, we're going to go over those big stumps of stimulus. If he did not put the fire under your feet, maybe I am. The first categories of checks are big. They are federal stimulus checks, nearly $300,000. They are in every U.S. state. So do not say it's not in your state because, again, you're not listening. You're not moving like he says, and you're wanting to be lazy. One of those words that really puts fire into people's feet is when I say you are lazy because you're not making the effort to go get some stimulus. People who are making the effort to get the stimulus are not lazy. And people who are lazy are going to lose their shirt, their car, their home. They're going to lose everything. And they are not going to be bailed out by anyone. No one cares to bail you out. That's what he's saying, Doug Leon. People who literally made bad decisions over the last 3 years were given money. And this time around, it's not going to happen. So you're not going to make a bad decision with me. It's not going to happen. You're going to make the decision right now to start getting stimulus, and let's get it. The first categories of checks are federal stimulus checks, $300,000 of them from Joe Biden and then from Congress. I'm going to show you where the checks are one at a time. So don't worry, because I'm going to teach you everything you need to be taught about these incredible checks one at a time. And then I'm going to go through each of these checks and show you how to get them. So it's all covered starting right now. The first categories of checks are federal stimulus checks, and they're started with Joe Biden. $300,000 of checks. The first 3 checks, A, B, and C, are $100,000 in every U.S. state, passed by Joseph Biden in the month of March. Viewers have got to them ever since. and they are incredible. They're checks A, B, and C. And I'm going to show you how to get these incredible checks in just a second. Then came Congress, and Congress passed more checks. You qualify for all these incredible checks. Congress established checks E through K, bringing us to then hundreds of checks. Yes, hundreds of checks back in March. And I'm going to show you how to get all these incredible checks. Where are they? They're for members. Go out of this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Then get that membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, via the YouTube alerts. And it will be delivered all this Thanksgiving week. Even though it's Thanksgiving, I'm still delivering the newsletter. That's my dedication to work for you. All you have to do is work for yourself and get some stimulus. Go into this video and become a member, then get that newsletter. And in that newsletter, I have other checks for you. L and M, N and O, P and Q. Incredible. You deserve all these incredible checks. That's what the Purple Power is doing. They are getting these big sums of money. Passed. Money's been passed. All you have to do is go get it. And with that, let's jump into the first 3 checks starting right now. The first check is a $6,500 to $12,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. It is check A. This is what Spelling got. And another viewer, Kimberly Romano got this check as well. It is incredible. How do you get it? You go onto this video, become a member, go down to check A where it is, click the link and go right and apply. You're not done there yet. You're going to go to check B. Check B is $15,000 to $80,000, a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Look at that number. Look at that number. You want $80,000 of stimulus checks? Then go do it. Let me show you one of our success stories in this last few weeks. Here's Frank Mancuso. Joined as a member, and in less than 30 days, what did he get? For just a few dollars of becoming a member, he walked away with 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, 18 months of high-speed internet, and a whopping 18 months of utilities. Now, if that sounds familiar, it should, because we've had day after day, week after week, other members having the same success story. Here's Kimberly Romano this week who says, I want to share with you and all the Purple Hawks what I got. She says, I got check B and I got 18 months. There's that 18 again. Another viewer, 18 months of checks. How many checks per month? She is getting about $2,300 approximately. She got $360 a month for HOA fees. And then she's getting all her utilities per month. Let's say that's about $2,000. Wow. There you go. 2,000 times 18 approximately is $36,000. On top of that, she got $4,000 of property tax. That's bringing her to $40,000. Then on top of that, she applied for check A, which we just went over. She got that, which could be upwards of $12,000. There you go. That's $50,000 for Kimberly Romano. Margaret Owens also got 6 more months of LG&E, and she's gained some more utilities. She's gotten lots of checks before that as well. Another view out of Florida got 18 months of 5 checks a month, 80 checks, and nearly $80,000 to $100,000 from check B. What are you doing? As Doug Leone says, bad decisions are not going to be rewarded this time around. Bad decisions are people who sit around, run up credit card debt, and hope that they don't get evicted in February and March. And bad decisions are people who don't do anything. Great decisions are viewers who become members to this channel. Go under the video and start getting these massive checks. Go into this video, become a member, and when you get down to check B, there you go. All you do is click the link and go right and apply. Look at that incredible check B, $15,000 to $80,000. The other great decision, getting some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance as well. So we had a viewer in the live chat just this morning. You know, this is middle November, late November, and she says, I'm facing eviction by Christmas. So she's making a good decision. She's not waiting until the 11th hour to start getting stimulus. She's going right now. She found this channel. She became a member, but she's getting stimulus right now. She needs money for rent. So at Check C, I have 12 places for you to reach out to. 12 places to reach out to for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. It's that straightforward. You go down the membership newsletter, join the channel, go down to Check C, and I tell you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. You can do it because everyone else has done it on this channel. Here are some success stories. Do you want $30,000 of rent? We'll go get some Check C's, become a member. And what about utilities? Well, there you go. Mark at $6,000, then his brother at $15,000. Lynn Glenn this week getting 14 months of utilities on top of 5 months of rent. Snap, look at that. Mark's brother-in-law getting $250,000 over 10 years, combinations of checks. Mark was at $32,000 of combinations of checks. He went to 50, then 100, then 166. And Lorraine, she was at 105. She went to 155. It's so darn simple. All you do is go into this video, join the channel, become a member, join any of these 3 channels, and then get that newsletter, go down and apply, subscribe, and make sure you have the bell set to all, notifications set to all on. LALATE is the number 3 most watched financial news channel overall in America right today, with 3 broadcasting channels, LALATE1, LALATE2, and LALATE3. The original 1, now the brand new 2 and 3. On channel 2, we have Stimulus Live that airs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And on channel 3, you have Wall Street Live, which you may be watching right now. On channel 1, we have humor. Channel 2, we have humor. And on channel 3, we have food. Meantime, all 3 channels cover what's going on with your money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Congratulations to nearly 100 brand new members who have joined this channel in the last 24 to 48 hours. They're not sitting around. They're pouncing, getting big sums of money. And with that, let's go back into the breaking news because there is a lot of it today. Mortgage demand is actually on the rise. What? Yes. So mortgage demand rose slightly, 2.2% in the latest numbers. This is for the last week. The average contract demand rose 2.2% because of slightly pulling back on interest rates, at least for mortgage. Refi applications rose 2% for the week, but understand they are down 86% compared to last year. Mortgage applications rose 3%, but they are down 41% compared to the prior year. The decrease in mortgage rates should improve the purchasing power, says Joel Kahn, an MBA economist. Meantime, what are we also looking at? These jobless claims numbers, horrible. 240,000 jobless claims. Next stop would likely be 260. It was 225 last week. It was 200 just a few days before that. So it has really surged in a very short period of time. The latest details as well of what we're looking at are some of those corporate earnings that came in today, others, and they're mirroring what we saw before. Auto not doing well for what we talked about. People do not have the money to afford a car loan at these wacko price and interest rate prices caused by Jay Powell raising across the board. Autodesk matched top and bottom estimates, but delivered weaker guidance for the next quarter. The stock is down 10% right today. Ouch. Gas, surprise, because it missed on top and bottom and reduced outlooks. Oh, not good. Everyone else is doing well. I mean, Abercrombie Finch and Gap and Macy's. Why did gas do poorly? Not particularly clear. It's not good for the stock. The stock was down 6.1% in pre-market trading. In the big second half, we're going to continue with these incredible stimulus checks, 300,000 of them, to continue with these FSE checks, then over to inflation-relief stimulus checks, then lifetime stimulus checks. And we'll go over the latest details of what to expect this holiday season. As holidays LALATE, afternoons LALATE, and Wall Street Live, all on channel 1 and 3 at the same time, continue. See you back in 60 seconds this beautiful afternoon.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE Live Daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now from the shores of Santa Monica, California, where it's slightly warmer today. Happy Thanksgiving. And I will be recording with you all Thanksgiving long for the Wednesday of 11/20/2023, November 23rd. I believe I may be recording from the beach for you, so get ready for that excitement. We have a lot to go over, and I'll be with you and delivering that membership newsletter every single night as well. In this big second half, we continue with these big checks, and we pick up with those checks E through K, the ones passed by Congress. You ready? I'm ready. I'm very excited. Check E is a wonderful $7,500 stimulus check. Wow. Check F, a $4,000 stimulus check. Check G, 30% off stimulus check. Check H, a wonderful $2,000 stimulus check. Check I, $8,000 stimulus check. Check J, $8,000 stimulus check. And check K, $14,000 stimulus check. Then we turn to stimulus L. Stimulus L, $100,000 on average of loan interest-free money. M, $4,000 of grant money. Stimulus N, here we go. This is John Maloof. This is Spelly. This is Lynn Glenn. A brand new computer. Brand new computer, a tablet, or laptop, and free internet. Viewers are just loving that one. It's so easy. Why would you not become a member? Stimulus O, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, brand new mortgage, no insurance, and stimulus P and Q. P is 3% down, and Q is $8,000 stimulus. Wow. Those are my wonderful friends, your federal stimulus checks. Let's go over some more about them. Fastest routing time to get paid, 2 days. Johnny started on a Monday, and by Wednesday, he had $45,000. By Friday, he had $80,000. 15 applications in, half approved and half rejected. Great. Then he helped the next week, mom and dad each get $50,000 across the board. He helped 200 friends and neighbors get $250,000 thereafter. It's just incredible. We got checks for all different type of things. We got rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, home repairs, home appliances, the computer, the tablet, the internet, the car, and more. It's just incredible. What do? You subscribe to all 3 channels. You hit the alert, the bell on all 3 channels, so make sure all alerts are set to all on, and you pounce and apply for those incredible checks by becoming a member. Go down that membership newsletter delivered from me to you, that membership newsletter via YouTube alerts, and go right and apply for check A, B, and C. And with that, let's turn over to inflation relief stimulus checks. These are great as well. These incredible inflation relief stimulus checks are icing on the cake. They're not the cake, they're the icing. $1,000 checks, number one. Second, they are available from your states. Which states? Most of them, and they're all in the membership newsletter, check D. You go down, it tells you the amount, the check, and how to track it. But we're not done there yet. We're next going to lifetime stimulus, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. And here's something that no one is teaching anyone about lifetime stimulus. Lifetime stimulus is actually going to give you 4 raises, not 1 raise, but 4 raises. And they're not replacement raises, they're cumulative raises. Let's go over the details of it right now. First, it starts with you 2 years ago. Imagine you're on the first floor of an office of a skyrise. Well, you went from the first floor to the second floor when they raise your benefits 5.9%. This next year, you're going to go to the third floor as they raise your benefits 8.7%. Yes, it's a raise on top of a raise. But Jay Bow, Loretta Mester, even yesterday, the Fed governor out of Cleveland, and others have said that we're going to be doing this for a while. That's 2 more years, says the Federal Reserve, so 2 more rates. So you're going to go to the 4th and 5th floor, and your benefits are going to go up to the highest of a generation. Meantime, by the 5th floor, the price of goods you're buying will be the cheapest of a generation. So you have the biggest check, and it'll cost the least to live. Incredible across the board. And with that, let's go back into the breaking news we're looking at right now. Very confusing economy. I got to tell you, I think Doug Leone's comments just woke me up, and I think he wakes you up as well, because the Sequoia Capital venture capitalist, who's well known and brilliant, is saying everything I'm saying, but a little bit more bluntly, I guess you would say. First, he says a very, very confusing situation. That's what I'm saying almost every recording. It's a confusing economy. So if you think you can sit back and predict it, you can't. Number two, he says it's not an insulated industry specific market crash. I like that. You know, we had the tech bubble where technology companies fell apart in 2000. Then we had the financial industry where banks fell apart in 2008. That's not this. This is going to be every walk of life is going to be negatively impacted when this collapse occurs, which is important to understand in two regards. Number one, he says it's going to be broad. It's not going to be very specific. You will not be immune. You will be impacted by it. Do not think, no, 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 I'm this and I don't. No, you're going to be impacted by it. So that's number one. Number two, he says that the impact on it has not occurred yet. Oh boy. So this is what I've talked about a lot on the show. I was the first American broadcaster to report the U.S. economy would suffer this real bad recession in 2023. I said the hurt is in 2023. I asked you, when is the hurt? You all said 2023. After viewers all said America's going to run out of cash. And he actually says that. He says people are going to run out of cash. I want to make this very clear to you. This may not be you, but if it's someone else, it's still going to impact you because their behavior impacts everyone else. What are they doing? They're currently running up credit card debts, and they don't have unlimited credit card borrowing power. The credit card may give them a $5,000 credit limit. Maybe they give them a $10,000 credit limit, and they're about to max out the credit card. And then what? They have nothing left. Get another card? No. Do they have cash to cover this? No. So Americans are running out of cash. They will run out of cash. They will max out the credit card. The reports we've covered on the channel for the last 2 weeks are just, it's like a tornado out to sea. We all see it coming on land. We see the reports. Americans are 60% of them are paycheck to paycheck. Number one, they're not balancing their budget. They have no idea what they're budgeting for themselves. They're just spending like it's no tomorrow. And number three, that they are spending things on things they should not be spending on. They're spending on things that they already have, like they already have that TV from last year during the lockdown. They're buying another TV. They already took a trip. They're taking another trip. They're not stopping. And ultimately, this is what he calls bad decisions. He actually uses a four-letter word, the one that starts with the letter S. He says these are that type of decisions. And they're all going to get hurt. Now, here's why I like his comments as well. He basically says Americans did not learn anything from 2000, 2008, and especially over the last 2 to 3 years. I like that analysis a lot. That is brilliant analysis. He basically says Americans made really bad decisions during the lockdown, and they were rewarded. It's hard to be told you made a bad decision. You made a bad decision. How dare you say that to me? But it's true. He's basically saying Americans made a lot of bad decisions during the lockdown, and yet money was thrown at you. Money was thrown at you, and you just presumed that, who cares? I make bad decisions. I will survive. I think his analysis is important. Why? Because it's going to something I don't usually cover. The psychology of the situation, which is, well, if I max out the credit card, there'll be a stimulus check. If I max out the credit card, Bernie will take care of it. If I max out the credit card, Chuck Schumer will do something for me. They took care of me during the lockdown. If I'm facing eviction moratorium, if I'm facing eviction, they'll come up with a brand new stimulus check. It's December. They did a stimulus check last year. They did it this way in 2021. They're always going to take care of me. I'm immune. I will survive because they're just going to throw cash at me. No. If you do nothing, they're not going to throw cash at you. If you do nothing, they're not going to throw cash at you. And what's going to happen? As Leon explains, the hurt is going to be very broadly felt. Everyone is going to be feeling the hurt. And that broadly felt hurt is not going to come with cash thrown at you to bail you out. Americans were bailed out during the pandemic, and that's no less than 3 years ago. People remember that, and they think they're going to be bailed out again. They're not going to be bailed out. People may not remember 2008. People may not remember 2000, but a lot of people did not suffer a downturn because those were separate, isolated events with technology and banking industry. And if you weren't exposed, you were not hurt by it. This one you're going to get hurt by. So here's my analysis on top of Leon's. Yesterday I used a word. I've used the word before, and I'm always fascinated the reaction to the word. It's as though the word creates fights. It's as though the word creates a rumble in the jungle. What is that word? It starts with an L and ends with a Y. Yeah, this particular word makes people very upset when I use it. And you know why they get upset? Because they know it's true. They know it's true, and they do not want to hear the tough love. The word is lazy. Lazy people have made lazy decisions or no decisions at all, just did things and didn't think it through. And their decisions are now coming back in a negative way. These are the people who bought cryptocurrency and never thought what they were really buying. It's going to go up. It doesn't go up. People went on Reddit, a forum, and heard about a stock. Three other people said they made money. I saw his Lamborghini on Instagram. I must be doing well. I have to go up. I mean, everything always goes up, right? People bought real estate. Real estate always goes up, right? Bad decisions based upon not taking the time to learn about the real estate investment, not taking the time to learn about the cryptocurrency thing you're doing, not taking the time to learn about the stock you're buying, and not taking the time to learn about the stimulus that's available for you. I've been doing stimulus since day one. I've been doing the hardest and the most complicated down to the easiest. And I got to tell you, in 2020, when this channel launched, and people really had big financial problems, they absolutely listened like you couldn't imagine to every part of an application for an EID or grant or unemployment. I did this way. I got to do that way. How do I fix this line? How do I fix this thing? They absolutely were adamant to make sure they got everything right. They listened really intently because their back was against the wall and they got the money. This time around, the mentality so far, not for you, but other people, is, I don't even have to really think about this. I don't have to really think about this because my job is stable. I'm still going to have a job. The stock market's up. It's December. The stock market's up. Things are going to be good. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. And you can only deliver so much tough love to people who do not want the tough love. People who do not want the tough love will be out there and really struggling, and it'll be too late for them across the board. You're watching the video, you're at the second half of the video, you watch the whole video through, so you don't really need the tough love. It's for people who are not watching this video to the very end. What's important for you to know is that you're doing the right thing. You're learning everything you can learn in what is, according to Leon and myself, a very, very confusing and difficult economy that is going to absolutely fall apart in 2023. That is going to really crumble and hurt a lot of people. And ultimately, the best way you can do it is, number one, removing as much debt as you have. Variable debt, if you can switch it to fixed or pay it off, do it right now. Number two, get as much stimulus as you can. And number three, learning about everything you can learn about. And from the shores of Santa Monica, California, I have more to teach tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in prime time. It's Evenings LA, America's most watched show for financial news in prime time. And a lot of research goes into every show because I'm here to teach you everything you need to know to navigate through all this thick and thin. You are not lazy. You listen, you learn, you apply, and you get all those incredible sums of money. You applaud yourself for everything you do and applaud one another for motivating each other in this incredible Purple Power community. Congratulations for all your effort that you do for yourself. You are valiant and you will continue to get better as part of this incredible family. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LALATE for more.